Hey, Domingo, thank you for sending in your forehand swing. Looking forward to diving into this with you and a few little tips that I'm noticing straight away. But just before we dive in, if anyone is enjoying these swing audits, please do click in the link in the description. I'll give you a free personalized swing audit, just like I'm doing here for Domingo. Okay, so the first thing that really stands out, I like the amount of depth you're getting. You're definitely hitting under the ball. And this is probably the key element here. Setup is good, and there's a lot of good here. But what you end up doing, it ends up looking like you scoop under the ball a lot. There's a lot of this under scoop. And that's completely fine if you are wanting to lift that ball out. But I think you're losing a lot of power as well. And I just think you're not getting down to the ball. So if I just notice there, you're reaching down to it. And I love that it's nice and low. I love that you're letting the ball hit the back wall and then drop off really low. All the things I coach a lot. But it's probably the severity of your racket angle and how much your shoulder looks like it's reaching down. So, excuse me, if you just have a look there, if you look at your left shoulder and your right shoulder, that might be too severe of an angle. And you're having to almost, stoop down and reach the ball. And I just don't think your legs are engaged. I don't think you're getting down to the ball because you're nicely there. That's relatively strong there. But what I need to see you do is I need to see you sink down. I need to see those quads getting a lot more like this. So your legs should be much further down. Whereas there, you can just see yours are roughly about there. I know this is kind of rough at the moment, but you're definitely not getting down to the ball and you end up scooping it up. And for me, I just think with a little bit of improvements in engaging your legs, getting your hip level, getting that down, 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 that's going to make a huge difference. Because when you go down, you're not going to swivel your shoulders as much as you're doing there. If you just notice that, just notice how much you need to drop that right shoulder, everything's reaching downwards, and then you have to compensate by scooping up on that ball. Again, no problem if you are wanting to hit it high and lift it, but I just don't see the power. Let's just have a little look at a few more. So I think it's relatively easy to correct this. I think, like I always say, maybe get on, do a bit of ghosting, do it without the ball. That's always a good thing because sometimes the ball is a distraction, and you can just see there, look at those legs. Definitely too upright, aren't they? You're just seeing there's no real bend and no real angle. Again, I'm not expecting the quads to be, at exactly, like really down there, but somewhere, let me try that again, somewhere where, and I'm getting that slightly wrong, give me a second, somewhere where if we just draw an angle at your knee, somewhere around about there, maybe there at the most, but yours right up there, isn't it? It's almost a straight line. And it's just making a little bit of a problem around there. So again, maybe do it without the ball, ghosted, 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 learn to drop your level of your hips. So that racket will definitely be facing down. So no problem with the racket facing downwards. But let me see if I can draw on a chair. Let me just try find a slightly better one. This is probably a good one to look at that. Yeah, there we go. So again, let's just take a look at your angle of your racket there. We're talking like quite a severe angle there. So I'm definitely not saying it needs to be there completely horizontal, but we need to get it around there. Yours right now, I don't know, about 30 degrees odd. Let's get it around about 10 degrees. So the racket head tends to drop below the level of the wrist, completely fine, but not to where yours is. And what'll happen, you'll see that shoulder won't dip as much. Can you get your hips down? Your shoulders will never be horizontal and straight, but can you even try get as close to that as possible? So if you can go away and work on that, do it with a bit of ghosting, obviously do it with a little bit of a ball, even in drills, even in condition games, focusing on engaging the knees, getting down to the ball to transfer that appropriate amount of power. That's the best tips I can give you right now with this quick little swing audit. But thank you for sending it in. Lots of good little bits, by the way. If we just look at some positives, love that hooded position. There might be something very tiny in there I might talk about in the future if we do another one. But right now, all the setup is good. It's more about getting down, engaging those knees to get that little bit more power. So thanks for sending this in. And anyone that's watching that does like this, please do click in the link in the description and do show some love for the channel. Share it out there, speak about it, ask me any comments. I'm here to help all of you in your game of squash. Speak to you in the next one. Bye.